Hey guys, welcome to my spoiler discussion for Assassination Classroom. This is a follow-up to the review I just did, and I do recommend you go watch that before you watch this one. And I will also strongly advise that if you have not finished Assassination Classroom, the manga for Assassination Classroom, then you should not watch this video at all. Even if you've been like, I've read like half of it, like I don't mind a few spoilers. No, get out. If you are not caught up to Assassination Classroom, if you've not finished it, get the crap out of here, because some crazy things are about to be discussed. And I'll mainly be talking about the final quarter of the chapter. Like I said in my review, this is what I feel is the best part of the series. And there really aren't that many big things to spoil from the first 3 quarters, because a lot of the same stuff happens. You know, a new assassin show up, the kids learn a new weakness for Koro-sensei, all that crap. But Volume 15 is the real game changer. So I'm going to trust all of you are gone now, and we are going to get into the crazy spoilers. So, the first crazy thing that really happens is that it is revealed that Kayano is a tentacle monster. When we first learned this, I was not expecting it at all. It was probably one of the most shocking things I've ever seen while reading a manga. Kayano never really did anything major in the series thus far. Like, almost nothing. There was one chapter where she tried to kill Koro-sensei with pudding, and that was it. And I mean, we see her all the time, but that was just because she had a crush on Nagisa. Nagisa's the main character, so we obviously see her a lot. But again, she barely ever did anything. And this is why it was so shocking when we see that one panel with Kayano just turned around and tentacles coming out of her neck. I nearly lost it. And then immediately after, she attacks Koro-sensei and tries to kill him, and she actually comes very close. To make things even crazier, she then reveals that Koro-sensei murdered her sister, and now she wants revenge. Anyway, they're able to knock her out when Nagisa kisses her, 10 out of 10 dude. They remove her tentacles, and then Koro-sensei reveals his past. Volume 16. The entirety of Volume 16 is Koro-sensei's backstory, and it was incredible. Just like any good story, everything just came together, all the loose ends were tied up, and it was wonderful. We learned that Koro-sensei was actually the first god of death. We see them fight the god of death assassin earlier in the series, but that was actually Koro-sensei's apprentice, which I thought was brilliant. When Koro-sensei gets arrested, this new god of death pretty much steals his identity. And then they lock him up and they start doing experiments on him, slowly turning him into this tentacle monster. And then we have Kayano's older sister, who works in this lab part-time because she is married to that one dude who performs all the experiments on him, and you know, he's all hooded and he has a toner, well, whatever that guy's name is. But during the day, she taught the end class. Anyway, so they start to fall in love, but then crap goes down when they are experimenting on a mouse on the moon. Things go wrong, and this mouse explodes, destroying the moon. We realize that Koro-sensei didn't actually destroy the moon. It was this big organization conducting experiments, and then they realized, like, oh crap, we've been doing this to this guy on Earth, and if we don't deal with him right away, in a year's time, the exact same thing will happen to this planet. Koro-sensei realizes they're about to kill him, so he tries to escape, but in the process, Kayano's sister is killed, and her final wish is for Koro-sensei to teach the end class, basically so he can learn something from it or whatever. But while she is dying, Kayano witnesses what happened, and she's like, oh crap, this tentacle guy killed my sister. I'm gonna have to go make a fake identity and join this class because I happen to be an actress. So the craziest thing we learn from this is that Koro-sensei never actually intended to destroy the world. The fact of the matter was, if the kids do not kill him by the deadline, the world will be destroyed anyway because of the experiments done on Koro-sensei's body. So this was crazy. Like, everything made sense. I'm like, why is this guy so nice? Why on earth does he want to destroy the world and kill everyone? It just makes no sense. But it turns out he literally has no choice. So all of this was brilliant. It all came together perfectly, and I absolutely loved how this turned out. And this story really gets to the students. You know, they've been trying to kill him all year, but after hearing this story, they realize that this guy doesn't actually want to destroy the world. So they want to find a way to save him. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, oh my god, Koro-sensei may actually live. Do some research. Karma and Nagisa sneak onto a spaceship and go to the moon. I do feel like that part was a little bit rushed. But then they find out that there's actually a good chance Koro-sensei won't explode. Very early on in the series, one of the students tried to poison him by giving him a certain chemical that actually greatly reduced his chance of exploding. So I mean, that was pretty crazy. I don't know if that was planned out from the beginning, but hey, whatever, Koro-sensei can be saved. Because now the chance of him blowing up is less than 1%, so pretty much there's no chance at all that he will be harmed. Right? Turns out the government had a big plan up their sleeves. They capture all the end class, they put them away, they're like, okay, you guys are staying here. Then they do a whole Doflamingo bird cage around the end class. It is made out of the anti-sensei material. He cannot escape, and in a few days they're going to shine this beam down on it, which will undoubtedly vaporize him. So then they go public about it. The end class is kind of like, oh crap, now everyone knows what we've been doing and the media is going to follow us for days. But then Karasuma shows up, he's like, hey, you guys got to stay here and all this stuff, but it was all double meaning, whatever. He really wants them to go save Koro-sensei, so Arena shows up, breaks the mat, and they head up to the classroom to save Koro-sensei. And this is, of course, the climax of the story. They get to the end class, Koro-sensei is there, but then they get greeted by the scientists who did this crap to Koro-sensei in the first place, and then the new God of Death, who has been heavily modified with all these new tentacles, and then the final boss battle begins. Of course, Koro-sensei beats him. Kayano actually gets killed, but he is able to save her by, grabbing each individual cell and rearranging them, which was pretty crazy. But alas, in the end, they realize that there is no way they can save Koro-sensei. However, Koro-sensei wants them to be the ones to kill him, so they all hold his tentacles down. They do one final roll call, and Nagisa takes the knife. He smiles, and then he pierces Koro-sensei through the heart. Oh my god. Okay, this was really sad. Not gonna lie. Very, very sad. And I mean, I think what made it more sad is that we were given hope that Koro-sensei could live. I mean, I was thinking oh my god, there's no way they're going to kill him now. He's freaking Koro-sensei. Everyone loves him. They are not going to kill him. And then they actually kill him. They go ahead and do it. R.I.P. Koro-sensei. Anyway, very, very sad. I thought the series would end there, but then we actually get treated to something pretty nice. We actually get a 7 years later section, where we get to see where all of these students have ended up. Now, you know most of the students I don't care about, but it was really cool to see the ones that I do care about. We see a bunch of the students meeting up again. You know, they're doing some Koro-sensei memorial thing, and we see Kayano there. And one minor gripe about the finale is that one of the students was like, hey, so how's Nagisa doing? And she's like, oh, Nagisa doesn't even pay attention to me or whatever. And I'm just like, listen, I'm not one to ship people, but really, that's where their story is going to end. They're not going to end up together. I mean, after the whole Valentine's Day thing, I really thought that would happen. But then, we get the very final scene, which in my opinion could be one of the best moments in the series. We see Nagisa has followed his dream of becoming a teacher. He goes into this new class, they're all twice his size, they're ready to beat the shit out of him. He's looking all intimidated, they're making threats. One of this guy's like, listen dude, I'm going to kill you. And then Nagisa claps him in the face, he holds his pinky up to his neck and he's like, you have until graduation. That one scene was amazing. The way he said that. I mean, all of his development throughout the series shows up in this one scene. It was great. And then the final page where he starts the class was so brilliant. So that was all I wanted to say for my spoiler discussion. Nothing but good things. As you know from my review, I do have a lot of problems with this series, but this ending was so good. So with that, thank you guys so much for watching. You can discuss some Assassination Classroom spoilers in the comments below. And with that, I will see you guys in the next video.